In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to do the One Big Cake asymmetrical scarf or the millennial scarf. Both are the exact same stitching pattern and we're going to be covering both. Now we're going to also tell you what you need for different types of yarns in order to make this work as well. So let's do that first. So depending what you have at home, you can use different types of yarn. So with the Caron cotton cakes, you'll need 3 balls of this and a 5mm size H crochet hook. Now if you are using the big cakes or the Bernat Pop, you will use a 6mm size J crochet hook, and if you're using the big cakes it's only 1 ball and Bernat Pop is 2. If you're using Caron cakes regular, it'd be 2 balls as well. So today we're going to be able to get you started, because once you understand this pattern it's just a matter of repeating 2 rows over and over. Let me take you to another diagram and show you what your goals are today. So here's what it looks like if it was laying down flat. We're gonna start off in the small area and we're gaining 1 stitch per row as we get it to be much bigger. So you're going to notice with this particular one is that it is going to bull out this way and kind of decrease a little bit and suck in this way, so it gives you that really beautiful look. This is used in the Caron cotton cakes. You can see how the transitional colors are happening up on its own. If you would like to be more strategic with your colors, you can change them at any times, but the self striping really does turn out really quite well. So this is very easy to maintain. You just gotta maintain 2 rows. Let's take you to the stitching diagram next. See what you're getting yourself into today. So here's the stitching diagram. We're going to start by chaining 6 and then we're going to start second chain over the hook and single crochet yourself back. So the one side here, when we go to turn and work, we're going to put in a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. We're going to double crochet in the same one, and then we're going to start our crisscrossing formation. So we start with the first one and then cross back over. So technically this first one has 3 stitches coming out of, and then we progress across and do crisscross only 1 time because you're gonna run out of stitches, and then the final 2 come together. So this is a 2 together double crochet. The next row, number 3, is that you're chaining 2, but this never counts as a stitch in this pattern. You'll see it happen again, and you just double crochet starting in the next one all the way to the end, and in the turning chain you'll put 3 double crochets in. What you did down here is going to be the same as what you're going to do here. So you're gonna chain 3 out, you're gonna double crochet in, and then you're gonna start your crisscrossing and crisscross all the way back. So you can see by the time that you got up, you've increased your crisscrosses by 2 when it was only 1 here, and that's because of this row in between. And at the very end you're gonna put 2 together like you did before. So what you need to watch out for at the very beginning, this one here, they share the same when it comes 2 together, but after that in row number 4 they don't share. They're just on their own, and etc. You're going to chain up 2 again and basically double crochet across, and in the end put in 3 double crochets. That's our goal. So if you can remember how to do 3 and 4, it's awesome. And at the very end of this, once you get to your 69 inches long, then what happens is that you just do your 5th row, which is the same as the 3rd, just chaining up 2 and double crochet across, and then put 3 in the end, and you're done. So that's actually pretty neat and it's really quite awesome. So let's begin to show you the stitch work involved. Just a quick reminder, if you're using Caron cotton cakes, use a 5mm size H crochet hook. If you're using Caron big cakes, Caron cakes, or Bernat Pop, use 6mm size J. Also Caron 1 pound, 6mm size J. Start off with the slip knot to begin, and we're going to start up on getting ourselves ready. So you need to chain a total of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For row number 1 we're gonna go second chain from the hook. So just count it back. So there's 1 and 2, and get the back hump of the chain and just single crochet. And keep single crocheting in each of the chains all the way back. There will be a total count of 5 of them to get yourself started. And once you're all the way back at the end of your chain, that's it. So what you want to do is turn your work and let's do row number 2. Row number 2 is the only time you're ever gonna do it the way that I'm about to show you. In row number 2, let's get started. We're gonna chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. That is your first double crochet technically. I want you to double crochet in the same one that you just came out of. Okay, so that's putting 2 into the same one. Okay. Now the next one we want to do a crisscross. So we want to just advance to the next one, and then we're gonna crisscross back into the one that we're in right now. Okay, so let's do the first one. So we're gonna double crochet the next one, and we need to crisscross back into the one that we just were in right here. So what you do, wrap the hook, just turn it forward and access that stitch from behind. If you would like to access it from the front, that's your business. Just make sure you're consistent. So just access it and double crochet, and that'll make that one pop in behind the first one. Okay, so let's do another crisscross. So we're gonna skip the next one and we're gonna go to the second one over and double crochet first, and now go to the one that you just skipped. So just wrap in the hook, just turn it forward, access the missing stitch and double crochet. Now the ending of row number 2 is the only time it's gonna end like this. So the last, this stitch and the last stitch are gonna be together as one. So it's a 2 together double crochet. So double crochet 2 together. So wrap the hook, come into the same stitch where you did the crisscross. Okay, and pull through 2 and hold it. Don't finish it, and then come into your last stitch. So wrap the hook, going in, pull through 2 and hold it, and then you are going to pull through all 3 loops. So we are going to do a double crochet 2 together in the future, but you never share these the 2 with something else. Okay, that's the only time you're gonna do it is in row number 2. Let's turn our work and do row number 3. In row number 3 and 4, that's the repeat for this whole thing. So rows number 3, there's no crisscrossing involved, it's just a straight double crochet, and then in row number 4 it's crisscross again. So it's every other row is a crisscross. To start up row number 3, you're going to chain up 2. This never counts as a stitch, so you'll never come back into this stitch in the future. And you're just going to double crochet in each one of the remaining double crochets all the way across. So what are we gonna do at the very end? The very last turning chain is gonna always have 3 double crochets into the same one. Okay, so the last turning chain, which is right here, is going to have 3 double crochets. So don't go into a space, go into the top of the turning chain and put in 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, and you can already see that the project is getting a lean. That's what you're looking for. So let's turn our work and do row number 4. So in row number 4 it's going to be the repeat then every time you hit this. So every other row is gonna be exactly what I'm about to show you. You're gonna chain up 3. So 1, 2, 3. That counts as your first double crochet, and you're gonna double crochet into that same one. To keep the stitch balancing, the first crisscross is gonna involve the next one and the one that we're currently in. That's always gonna be. So don't ever not do that. So you're gonna double crochet the next one, and now you're going to reach in behind and double crochet into the one that was right here. So just double crochet into the same one from behind, and there's your first crisscross. So now you're just gonna crisscross now all the way across. So skipping the next one then and double crocheting the one after that, and then go into the one you skipped and double crochet, and keep doing that all the way across. Now when do you stop? You stop when there's 2 stitches left. Remember that the chain 2 that we did in the beginning never counts as a stitch, so you have to ignore that. So you have 2 stitches left, that's all you can see, and that'll always be 2 together. So just wrap the hook, pull through 2 and hold, wrap the hook, going to the next one, pull through 2 and hold, and then pull through all 3. And that was row number 4. So I'm gonna take you through 3 and 4 one more time. So let's turn our work and do row number 3. Row number 3 is just these double crochets. So chain up 2. Doesn't count as anything, and you're now going to double crochet in all of the remaining stitches except for the very final one, the turning chain. You'll put in 3 double crochets there. Okay, so the last turning chain will have 3 double crochets in it. So 1, 2 and 3. Turn your work. Do you see the slants happening? It's awesome. So now this is row number 4 again. So row number 4 we start off in chain 3. That's your first double crochet, and you're gonna double crochet into the same one. You're gonna start your crisscross, but because it's the very beginning of the row, your first crisscross is here, and then you're gonna come back into the one that you're currently in. So start in the next one, double crochet, and then crisscross it by accessing the one you've already gone into from behind. This keeps your stitch counts in balance. This is why Jeannie designed it this way. So now you're gonna crisscross the remaining all the way across. So you skip the next one, then go to the second over and double crochet, and then come back and get the one you skipped. So you're essentially looking for the 2 double crochets that will stay on the very end of the project, because you're gonna put those two together. So every time you do these crisscrosses, you're gonna have it longer and longer as you go. Now you have 2 stitches left. This chain 2 does not count as anything, so there's only 2. So the last 2 will always be 2 together. So you're gonna go as long as you wanna go. Jeannie and my sample was about 70 inches. So the 70 is measuring up on this angle here, on this one that you see arching outward. Okay, you'll see that in the diagrams as well. So if you want to turn your work, once you're finished, the very last stitch will be the same as row number 3. So you're just gonna chain up 2, does not count as anything, and you're just going to double crochet yourself all the way across. And the reason why you're finishing on this row is that the first row that you did was the single crochet row, and so this makes it look like it's in balance. Even though the front and the end up being 70 inches away from each other, when you wrap it around your neck they can be looking like they're pretty close to each other. So you just go across and you single or you double crochet, and then in the final turning chain itself put in 3, and then you're good to go. So this would be how you would do the asymmetrical shawl. I've also called it the millennial shawl. I did mine in Caron Cakes. Jeannie did hers in Big Cakes and also in Bernat Pop as an example. So this would be how you would complete this shawl. Until next time, it's Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. We'll see you. Bye bye.